Welcome to Celebrity Investing, your go-to source for insights, tips, and updates on navigating the exciting landscape of personal and global finance. Please like, share, and subscribe for more exclusive content. Today we're looking at why many investors aren't putting money into tobacco leaf farming in. What's changed, where the risks are, and why caution matters more than ever. Let's start. Tobacco leaf farming can look like a steady cash crop from a distance. There's a familiar playbook, established buyers, and in some regions, a long history of contract growing. That's the story people remember. The risk looks different. Tobacco leaf farming investment decisions now sit under demand shifts, tighter rules, tougher financing, and more farm-level cost pressure. None of this guarantees a bad outcome for every farm, but it does explain why many growers and outside investors are choosing caution or choosing other crops. This article breaks down what's changed, what can go wrong on the ground, and how to stress test a deal before you commit land, debt, and years of work. What changed in the big forces making tobacco leaf a tougher bet? Demand is shrinking or shifting, and that hits farm gate prices first. The big challenge is simple. In many countries, fewer people smoke cigarettes than they did years ago. Even where population grows, cigarette volume often doesn't keep up. When end demand softens, the pressure doesn't stay at the retail shelf. It flows backward, first to manufacturers, then to leaf merchants, and finally to the farm gate. At the same time, nicotine demand is shifting. Smoke-free products, like nicotine pouches, vapes, and heated products, are competing for the same consumer. Some of those products still use tobacco inputs, but not always the same leaf types, the same grades, or the same buying patterns farmers depend on. For growers, this shift can show up in quiet ways that still hit cash flow. Fewer contracts offered in a region. Smaller contract volumes. Tighter grade requirements. More aggressive price negotiations. A farm budget that worked when contracts were easy to renew can start to feel fragile when the buyer wants more leaf for less money, or can replace supply from another region. Demand isn't the same everywhere. Some markets hold steadier than others. The risk is assuming last decade volumes are a safe forecast for the next decade. Regulation and financing can change fast, and it is hard to model. Policy risk is another reason tobacco leaf farming is a tougher bet in. Governments keep adjusting how nicotine products can be taxed, sold, flavored, marketed, and where they can be used. Even if a farm never sells to local retail, these rules can still reshape the supply chain. Changes that can matter quickly include higher excise taxes, stricter youth access enforcement, tighter marketing limits, and flavor bans in some places. Any one of these can reduce demand, shift product mix, or speed up the move away from cigarettes. That can turn into contract changes and tougher buying terms for leaf. Investors also run into the money side of regulation. Banks, insurers, and large funds may limit tobacco exposure due to ESG policies or internal risk rules. When that happens, borrowing can cost more, insurance can be harder to place, and expansion plans can stall. Compliance can also add friction. Permits and inspections. Processing and storage requirements. Export paperwork. Buyer contract conditions that change year to year. The hard part is that these shifts can happen faster than a farm can switch crops. The on-the-ground risks investors often underestimate on a tobacco farm. Weather, water, and pests can wipe out quality, and tobacco is graded hard. Tobacco isn't just about yield. It's about leaf quality, and quality is judged with a strict eye. A field can look decent from the road and still grade poorly after harvest and curing. That's where many budgets break. That explains why tobacco leaf farming is a tougher investment in. In Part 2, We'll break down on the ground risks and how to stress test a deal before committing land and capital. Stay tuned for part 2. Stay tuned and continue to watch our videos to gain valuable insights into the world of finance. Subscribe, like, and share to continue your journey to financial success.